You may feel comfortable now, paying the bills, keeping your job, taking small vacations, and that comfort whispers, you're doing fine. But that whisper is part of a trap. There's a hidden system designed to keep you tethered to the middle class, limiting how far you can truly go. Today, we're peeling back that illusion. We'll explore how that system holds you back, and step by step, show you a route to break free, not just in money, but in control, purpose, and identity. Most people grow up believing that the middle class is the finish line. Get a good education, land a stable job, buy a house, and make sure your fridge is full. That's the dream we're sold since childhood. And on paper, it sounds like success. You're not struggling to survive. You can afford a vacation now and then, and life feels steady. But that stability is deceptive, because what looks like comfort is often just containment. Think about it. The middle class isn't just a social label, it's a system built to keep you inside. It gives you enough to stay content, but never enough to break free. You work hard for your paycheck, then that paycheck goes straight into expenses. Mortgage, insurance, car payments, subscriptions, groceries, taxes. It's a cycle. Earn, spend, repeat. And it keeps you too busy to realize that your freedom is being quietly traded for convenience. The system rewards obedience with comfort. You get promoted, you earn a bit more, and suddenly you can afford a bigger car or a larger house. But each upgrade comes with new chains, more debt, higher bills, less margin. You feel richer, but you're actually more dependent. The trap works because it feels safe. It gives you just enough pleasure to forget you're stuck. Poverty screams, comfort whispers. One forces you to act, the other lulls you into staying exactly where you are. And the truth is, most people aren't imprisoned by lack of opportunity, but by the fear of losing what they already have. Step 1. Recognize the trap. You can't escape something you refuse to see. The hardest part about breaking free from the middle class isn't earning more money. It's realizing you've been conditioned to stay there. From a young age, society teaches you that stability equals success. Get a degree, find a steady job, and don't take risks. But that formula was designed for predictability, not prosperity. To recognize the trap, you have to question the rules you were taught to follow. Why do we spend our lives chasing a safe job that still keeps us one missed paycheck away from crisis? Why do we buy things we can't afford just to look successful to people we barely know? These aren't personal choices. They're part of a system built to keep you busy, comfortable, and compliant. Freedom begins with brutal honesty. Look at your finances, your career, your habits, and ask, am I building freedom or just maintaining comfort? Because comfort can be the most dangerous addiction of all. It makes you settle. It convinces you that good enough is the same as fulfilled. Recognizing the trap doesn't mean resenting where you are. It means admitting that you're capable of more and refusing to waste that potential. The moment you see your situation clearly, you stop living reactively and start living intentionally. And that shift in awareness changes everything. Step 2. Build high-income skills. Once you recognize the trap, the next step is to build the tools to escape it. And in today's world, those tools are skills, not degrees, not luck, not connections. Skills that create value, solve problems, and can't easily be replaced. The middle class earns money by trading time. The wealthy earn money by trading value. That's why one person works 10 hours a day to make ends meet, while another can make more in a single hour than most people do in a week. The difference isn't effort, it's leverage. High-income skills are the foundation of that leverage. Sales, copywriting, marketing, coding, design, negotiation, public speaking. These are the modern forms of financial independence. They let you create opportunities instead of waiting for someone to give you one. You don't need permission to learn them. Everything you need is already online. The internet has removed the gatekeepers. What used to cost a fortune to learn from universities can now be mastered through consistency and curiosity. And the best part? Once you acquire a high-income skill, no one can take it from you. It's portable, scalable, and yours forever. Think of skills as digital assets. Each one compounds in value the more you practice it. Over time, your skill set becomes your safety net. Because while the system can take your job, your savings, or your benefits, it can never take what's inside your mind. Step 3. Start your first profit machine. Now that you've built valuable skills, it's time to put them to work. Not for someone else, but for yourself. This is where you stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a builder. Your first profit machine doesn't need to be perfect or complex. It can start small: a service, a product, a project, anything that lets you exchange value directly for income. What matters most isn't how much you make at first, but that you prove to yourself you can make money without depending on a paycheck. Maybe you start offering freelance work in the evenings. Maybe you create digital products, launch a YouTube channel, or teach others what you know. The goal is to turn your skill into something repeatable, something that earns you money while teaching you the fundamentals of running a business, finding clients, solving problems, and getting paid for results. Your first few dollars earned this way will change the way you see money forever. Because once you realize that you can create income from your own abilities, you stop fearing uncertainty and start chasing opportunity. At this point, your focus shouldn't be perfection but momentum. Build, test, adapt, and keep going. Every mistake teaches you how money actually flows, something no classroom or corporate job ever will. Step 4. Reinvest and scale. Once your profit machine starts generating money, the temptation will be to celebrate, to upgrade your lifestyle, buy something nice, or finally, enjoy the rewards. But that's the exact moment when most people fall right back into the middle-class trap. The difference between staying comfortable and becoming wealthy is what you do next. The rich reinvest. The middle class consumes. It's that simple. Reinvestment means taking the profits you earn and using them to make your system stronger, not your image shinier. You use your money to buy leverage, better tools, smarter systems, or talented people who can multiply your output. That's how a one-person hustle becomes a scalable business. Scaling isn't about doing more, it's about doing less but with more impact. You start automating tasks, delegating responsibilities, and freeing up your time to focus on strategy, creativity, and growth. The goal is to make your business run without your constant presence, because freedom isn't achieved when you make more money, but when your time becomes your own. And that's what separates a worker from a builder. The worker earns money through effort. The builder earns money through structure. Every dollar reinvested wisely is another brick in the foundation of long-term wealth. Step 5. Build your wealth system. At this point, you've done what most people never do. You've learned how to create and multiply income. But true freedom doesn't come from how much you make. It comes from how long your money keeps working when you don't. Your business, your profit machine, should feed your wealth system, not your lifestyle. That means every dollar your business produces isn't just money to spend, it's capital to invest. You take those profits and move them into assets that generate income on their own. Stocks, real estate, index funds, or ownership stakes in other businesses. This is where financial independence is built. Your business gives you cash flow, your assets give you stability, and together they create freedom. If one stops working, the other keeps you afloat. That's what the wealthy understand. They build systems that protect them even when things go wrong. The middle class spends from their earnings. The rich live from their returns. And that difference changes everything, because when your investments start covering your life expenses, you've officially stepped off the treadmill. You're no longer earning to survive, you're earning to grow. This stage isn't about chasing luxury. It's about designing a life where you control your time, your choices, and your direction. Wealth isn't about never working again. It's about never needing to. Step 6. The meaning of being rich. Being rich isn't about luxury cars or oceanfront mansions. Those are side effects, not the essence. True wealth is quiet. It's waking up without anxiety. It's choosing how to spend your time, not selling it. It's knowing that your bills are paid by systems you've built and assets that work for you, even when you're resting. When you reach this stage, money stops being the goal and becomes the tool, a way to design life on your own terms. You travel when you want, you work because you choose to, and you surround yourself with people who energize you, not drain you. Your schedule reflects your values, not your obligations. But here's the real secret. The greatest reward isn't the wealth itself, it's the transformation. The patience, the discipline, the courage you develop along the way change you far more than the numbers in your bank account. You become sharper, calmer, wiser. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer wish, you decide. That's what it truly means to be rich. Not to escape work, but to elevate it. Not to possess more things, but to have more control. You don't measure success in money anymore, but in freedom. The freedom to live a life that feels fully your own. If this video made you think differently about money, hit that like button and tell me in the comments what freedom means to you. And if you want more ideas that help you build it, make sure to subscribe. Thank you.